Out of the way, Boulder.
I can't see a thing.
So royalty walks into our home. A prince, no less. You're a long mile from the castle, Prince. What do you think of our home, then? Do you like what your brother has done to us? These mountains have always been ours. Now Logan's taken them and is stripping them of all life. Oh, we're ready to go to war. But why should we follow Logan's kin?
You can trust me. You have my word.
Sabine is the king of Mist Peak and is a character in Fable 3. The king of the Dwellers, Sabine developed a deep hatred for the tyrannical King Logan after he forced the Dwellers to live in the harshest and coldest reaches of the Mist Peak Mountains. Desperately trying to keep his starving people alive, the Dweller King suddenly comes face to face with the hero of Brightwall, who escaped from Bowerstone Castle along with Walter using a Cullis Gate.
Although the hero wants Sabine to join in their revolution, the old dweller is initially untrusting of the hero and requires them to complete several tasks before he will agree to help in the uprising against King Logan. Sabine asks the hero to complete 3 tasks for him. First, the hero must retrieve an ancient relic, the famous music box of Fable 2, from a dungeon beneath the Brightwall Academy to prove their worth as a hero. Second, he asks that the hero slay the mercenaries of Mist Peak Valley, who have been preying upon their meager food stores. Finally, he wants the hero to convince the nearby town of Brightwall to share its food with the dwellers. Once these tasks have been completed, upon the hero's triumphant return to the dweller camp, the surprised Sabine asks one final boon of the hero to return Mist Peak to its former glory and give it back to the dwellers. Once the hero agrees, Sabine eagerly commits his people to the revolution, helping clear a path to Bowerstone Castle during the Battle of Albion, or for Albion.
Once the hero is crowned a monarch, Sabine meets with them twice. The first time he adds his voice to those who wish for Logan's immediate execution as punishment for his crimes against the people of Albion. The second time he visits also marks the final judgment the player makes during the Weight of the World portion of the story, in which he asks for the hero to honour their promise to restore Mist Peak and give it back to the dwellers. As is the case with all the quests during the Weight of the World, it is up to the individual player to decide whether to keep or break this promise. And by the way, it's the dumbest, most annoying decisions that you could possibly make, because there's no way to keep everyone happy and then fight off the darkness or whatever it's called coming up. So, that's another story.
Yeah, it is a bit annoying how those decisions.
So Sabine does return in the kind of quote-unquote not true lore Fable Edge of the World, indicating that the hero honoured his promise to Sabine. It is Sabine who first hears of the return of the darkness in Samarkand from a young local named Shan. Impressed with the young boy's ability to cross the bordering Blade Mountains in the dead of winter, and disturbed at the notion of the return of the darkness, Sabine takes Shan back to Bowerstone to warn the Hero King in person. Once Shan delivers the message to the Hero King, Sabine then offers Shan shelter in the Dweller camp before returning to prepare for a possible return of the darkness.
Yep, so onto some of the trivia. Sabine is voiced by Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, and there was an interview where he basically admits that he used a very bad Welsh accent, which we can attest to. It sounded awful in-game, but it was iconic nonetheless.
Yep. A portrait furniture piece of Sabine can be dug up in the Dweller camp near his throne when the player's dog reaches a high enough exploration skill.
Even though Sabine wants you to kill Seika and his men, if you spare them, Sabine will join you anyway.
Sabine threatens the new king/queen if they break the promise that he/she made to him, declaring that he will start a second revolution against them. However, if the hero keeps their promise to Sabine, he will say that the dwellers will stay completely loyal to them throughout.
In Fable 3 Limited Collector's Edition card deck, Sabine is seen as the Jack of Diamonds. I had that card deck and I can testify to that as well.
I love that card deck, actually. I love the Fable 3 Collector's Edition set.
It was pretty cool. There was a couple of coins as well, which were
like the Guild Seal coin thingy as well. And the map.
Yes.
Sabine was likely named for the Sabines that lived in the mountains of northern Italy.
Yeah. During the Traitor's Quest, Sabine's wanted poster seems to depict him wielding an axe rather than his smoking pot staff.
He is one of the shortest NPCs in the entire game, being only a little taller than a child player model.
Lord Farquaad. In the quest The Battle for Albion, he is shown not fighting, and the same goes for do the ends justify the means, so he doesn't fight, basically.
Amazing.
I mean, he does have a smoking pot staff, so what do you expect from that?
He's like Gandalf at the start of Lord of the Rings.
I don't know, man. At least Gandalf had fireworks. This guy, I think, he just smokes pot.
He just smokes.
There wasn't any Domino's pizza back then, so I don't know what he's
like a fusion of Gandalf and the pot smoking hobbits of the Shire.
He's literally like the dude from The Big Lebowski, I think.
Yeah.
Just wants to.
Pretty cool character though, for sure, and it's pretty cool that he got the face as as the Jack of Diamonds, which I think is pretty cool.
Well, I think it's also it says a lot that Ben Kingsley, this Knight of the Realm that's won Oscars or at least been nominated for Oscars, not too sure, but has done some pretty iconic stuff, including the movie Gandhi. He's come into Fable 3. It shows you the level of that game at that time. That these games were attracting the likes of Stephen Fry and Ben Kingsley and actors like this. It's pretty big. I think like Logan is Michael Fassbender. For example, who's obviously gone on to have a really good career so far as well. It's like there's just the fact that Sir Ben Kingsley was in the game, just to do like a side NPC like that was a big thing for Fable.
Yeah, it was huge. And it's definitely.
And this was also at a time where there wasn't like loads and loads of like famous Hollywood actors doing game characters. It wasn't yet such a thing that it is now.
Yeah, and even then, it still had like quite a expensive cast, so it's still pretty cool that they could like use such a great voice actor on like a minor character. It's just crazy how even minor characters were getting voiced by like really good voice actors. Yeah,
there's time for another video I think to talk about that specifically, but Sabine himself was a good character. I think he was a bit of comedic relief overall, to be honest.
Yeah.
And an important part of obviously recruiting people for your revolution. It was pretty cool. We like Sabine.
Yeah. But with that's pretty much all the lore we have on Sabine. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, let us know in the comments. But for now, we'll see you in the next lore video.
We don't take much stock in words round these parts. We're simple folk. Ain't that right, Boulder?
Then what do you want?
Proof. First, prove you are truly, as Walter claims, a hero. This is easily done. There's a secret chamber beneath the town of Brightwall, built by your own father. Only heroes can survive its trials and reach the relics within. Bring me one of these ancient objects and I will believe you. Second, prove you are a warrior worthy of leading us into battle. You can do this by slaying the mercenaries who plague Mist Peak Valley and who have long soured our existence. Third, prove you are a true leader. Persuade our neighbours in Brightwall to share what food they have with us. Boulder.
Oh.
If we cannot eat, we will die, and the dead make poor allies.
Is that all?
Yep, that's the lot. Off you go then. Good luck. Nice knowing you.
Come on, boy.